it's Writing Wednesday. A long time ago, writer friends, in fact about a year before I was born, so about 49 years ago, a pop song was released that asked a vitally important question. Does he love me? I want to know. How can I tell if he loves me so? Not only did this song pose an incredibly important question, it also gave an incredibly stupid answer. If you know the song, you're well aware that the singer proposes a number of ways in which you might tell whether or not he loves you so, one of them being the perfectly reasonable, is it the way he acts? But no, that is not the correct answer. The correct answer, of course, is it's in his kiss. Now, since the song is called the Shoops song, and even the artist who originally recorded it, Betty Everett, apparently didn't want to because it was, at least according to one account I've read, puerile, you can probably understand that this song is not a great source of solid relationship advice. In fact, the nature of a person's kiss, while it might indicate the degree of erotic attachment between two people, is absolutely no indicator of an actual love relationship. In fact, there are many people out there who are quite good kissers who do not, in fact, love you so. Of course, the other logical flaw with this song is it may not even be asking the right question. Does he love me, I want to know, may in fact be a valid question at the outset of a relationship, but it's no more important than, say, do I love him, I want to know, or better yet, are our values and lifestyles compatible, I want to know. You know, that's really what you need to know, but nobody seems to have written a song about that. However, as you know, I am not here to give relationship advice. I am here to give writing advice. So the question that I'm here to answer is, am I finished with my manuscript? I want to know. How can I tell when it's time to submit it to someone like an editor or an agent? And the answer is not, it's in his kiss. In fact, there is no easy one-liner answer to which you can go, shoop shoop. Every writer has a different answer to the question, when am I finished with this manuscript? And for most writers, if left to themselves, the answer would be never. Because you can never stop looking at the manuscript and seeing things that you think are wrong with it. This is particularly a problem for perfectionists who are constantly wanting to improve things and never want to let it out of their hands until it's perfect. I personally am blessed with not being a perfectionist, which is great. In my teaching work and when I used to write freelance assignments, I had that blessed ability to be able to step back and say, this is as good as I can make it for right now. With my own creative work, though, particularly with a novel, I do tend to get a bit of that tinkering bug, and every time I open the file and look at it again, I see some wording I could improve or another detail I could change. And of course, when I'm writing historical fiction, there's always more details. There's always a place where I could, check that, see if that's accurate, throw in a little bit of local color here, and really this process could go on forever. A manuscript is never ready to submit anywhere after you've just finished writing it. I would say a manuscript is never ready to submit anywhere even after you've finished a second draft of it. In fact, I don't think a manuscript is ever ready to submit anywhere if you're the only person who's read it. You need another and more objective pair of eyes, as I've said many times, to look over it before it goes onto the desk of someone who's going to judge you much more harshly. But that being said, while there's a danger in submitting a manuscript somewhere too soon, there's also the danger of hanging on to it forever, constantly revising and tinkering with it, always coming up with bright new ideas for things you want to do or try, and never actually sending it out there. And that's really, in a way, just as fatal. The only way I know is to have a deadline. Now, it's great if you're working with a publisher and you already have a deadline, you know they're expecting to see it by such and such a date, that works great. If you're sending something out completely on spec to an agent or publisher, you may need a self-imposed deadline. You may need to say to yourself, I'm going to have this manuscript off my desk and have queries sent out or have a manuscript sent out to someone by the end of November, for example. And you may want to ask a friend or writing buddy to hold you to that and make you accountable and say, did you get your queries or did you get your manuscript out there by the end of November? You need an external force, even if it's an arbitrary one that you've set up for yourself, to say, it's time to stop. It's time to stop tinkering with this. Yes, it's good. I'm sure you could make it better, but there's a time when you just have to push it out there. I'm rapidly approaching one of those now. In fact, I have to say I've been pushing it back a bit throughout the fall. I do know when the publisher would like to see the book. I know there's still a lot more things I could tinker with, but I'm getting very close to the point where I'm going to say this is off my desk and onto someone else's desk.